Hello everyone, it's Sherry from the CGH Health Foundation and welcome back to What's Cooking CGH. I'm going to talk about veggie trays today. And I don't know about you guys, does anybody else feel sorry for the poor veggie tray? It gets invited to almost every party and it's usually somebody like me who brings the veggie tray because they think there should be something healthy there. And it sits on the table all night and people tend to ignore it, and there's always like the whole veggie tray left at the end of the night. So I thought today I would show you how to make your veggie trays a little more interesting and a little different, and hopefully they won't be left all by themselves at the table at the end of the night. I'm going to start off with raw broccoli. And you can buy broccoli pre-cut in the bag, or you can do what I did and start off with the stalks of raw broccoli. And if you do that, don't throw this stalk away. So this makes really good coleslaw if you put it in your food processor, or you can make soup out of it. So just a tip there is don't throw the broccoli stems away. I have a confession or secret to tell you, and that is that I do not like raw broccoli. And there's just something about the texture when you bite into it, like waxy, or I don't like the way it feels against my teeth or something like that. But that's okay because we can cook it for just a little bit. And when you're making a veggie tray, that has some benefits. So I've got a pot of boiling water here. It is at a full rolling boil. And I'm going to drop some of my broccoli in there. And we're going to wait just a few seconds. So the thing about broccoli is one of those cruciferous vegetables. And that means that it contains some very beneficial compounds. Sulforaphane is the name of the compound. That is a very potent cancer preventative antioxidant. And the cruciferous vegetable family includes things like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, arugula is a cruciferous vegetable, kale. So they're all in that family. And I like to eat a lot of broccoli for that reason, and those other vegetables too. So our broccoli has been in the boiling water for just a few, and this really only takes 30 to 60 seconds. And I have waiting here a bowl of ice water. And I'm going to take the broccoli out and drop it in the ice water. So what that does is that it stops the cooking process right away, okay? And the broccoli's not cooked through. It has just kind of got the edge taken off. So it's still crisp, but a little more tender. And look what it does to the color of the broccoli. So here's the cooked one. And here's one of the raw ones. And if I hold them up, you can see that the cooked broccoli is brighter and darker. And when you're going to put that on the veggie tray, it just makes it a lot prettier. Okay, so we'll set that aside for now. So another thing you can do to dress up your veggie trays is, especially this time of year, is to put them together in a way that makes them a little more colorful, a little more exciting. And so what I have done with my broccoli, I'll get it over here so you can see it. I have put it on this kind of rectangular tray, and I have it arranged looking like a little Christmas tree. Hope you can see that. And then I kind of outlined the outside with some cauliflower. I used some red tomatoes to look like ornaments. There's some little strips of bell pepper in there, kind of like ribbon going back and forth. I used my cookie cutter to cut out a star to put at the top of my tree. So that's another way you can dress up your vegetable platters. If you didn't think you could accomplish this and you wanted to do more of a wreath pattern, I'm going to show you a picture here. It should come up. And so you can see I have a chip and dip platter there with a little bowl that sits in the center. And I just put my broccoli all around the outside. And again, lace those pepper strips in there and the tomatoes, and put one of those stars on it. So that's a little bit simpler, and you can use any round plate with a bowl in it. For my Christmas tree here, I had this little square dish, and so that's where I'm going to put my dip. And speaking of dips, so usually the veggie tray is going to have some kind of ranch dip or some kind of sour cream, very fatty dip. I want to do something different for my dip. So I'm going to make a maple mustard dipping sauce. And it's really, really simple ingredients. You probably have all of them. And it starts with a lot of mustard. So this is a 1/2 cup of Dijon mustard. And I am going to add to it a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Right? So it's looking good so far. The next thing I'm going to add is a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now that might seem kind of weird combination, but trust me on this one. It turns out really good. And the last thing I'm going to add are 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Now you could use other kinds of vinegar. If you wanted to use just a white vinegar, if you wanted to use a red wine vinegar. My husband loves balsamic vinegar. He calls it the brown stuff. So I just put 2 tablespoons of vinegar in there. And I'm going to use my little whisk to whisk it up. Now the reason I'm doing a mustard-based dressing with this, okay, so I was talking about those cruciferous vegetables and that compound, that sulforaphane that they contain that is cancer-fighting. Well, the thing about it is that there's another compound in mustard. There's an enzyme, and I can't pronounce the name of it, but there's an enzyme in mustard that makes the vegetable create even more sulforaphane when you chew it in particular. So I thought, what a good combination to combine a mustard-based dip or dressing on my vegetable tray with those cruciferous vegetables. I've got both broccoli and cauliflower there. And this is kind of a riff on honey mustard dressing, except I used the maple syrup, and that gives a little more fall, wintry kind of flavor. So I'm going to pour that dressing right into my little dish. And there you have it, a little bit more exciting vegetable tray, Christmas tree shaped with that honey mustard or honey maple mustard maple dressing on it. So take it from me, dress up your veggie trays a little bit this Christmas season and give everybody the gift of health. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. You can find all of our videos at the CGH website under our YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.